I think you might agree with me that these are some strange days. My name is Greg Cox, and my company is the Impact Foundry. And this morning, I was kind of doing a little bit of reflecting about okay, so this was not in the 2020 brochure, right? This has kind of thrown everybody's world a little bit upside down. Vacations and business, and it's been strange, certainly. And so what I thought I would do is put together a list of things that we can do that will help us get through this and control what we can control through the coronavirus, however long it lasts, whatever. All right, so here are 10 things. And by the way, I almost touched my face. I am doing this list with everybody. So here goes. Number one, I think that we need to remain positive. Now, there's a lot going around the internet right now. Keep it positive, and I think that's all really good. But I think that one of the points that I want to make is that if we get negative, okay, which would be the antithesis of positive, then what happens is our action bias kind of crumbles a little bit. And so I think that we need to be positive, but not only positive, but in a way that where we're taking action, that we're doing stuff, and we don't let this kick our butts, but we're running plays and that we're doing things. Remain positive so that we can take action. That'd be a good way of summing that one up. Secondly, I think that this is an opportunity for us to embrace technology possibly in a new way. But this, I'm not talking about just getting on and doing Facebook and doing a lot of posts. I'm talking about reaching out to people, maybe coming up with some ways to use technology to do meetings that navigate some of the difficulties we have with all this separation that we're dealing with. But maybe we ask this question, hey, what can I do with technology maybe that I'm not doing? What's a new app that I might utilize? How can I change business as usual so that my relationships aren't eroding, my business progress isn't being stymied? What can I do? Next, get creative. Okay, especially once you start using that new technology, maybe. But getting creative is really about thinking questions like, what does this allow for? We got this coronavirus. Well, what's actually possible since I'm going through all this craziness? What's actually possible that maybe wasn't possible before? That can really lead to some creative thinking. It's got to be out of the box because we haven't been contained in the box until this coronavirus thing came along. We had a lot more options. So what's possible because of it? What's possible because of our circumstances? Next thing is to read. Now, there's nothing I like more than sitting down with a really good novel and reading it for just the pure enjoyment. I think that right now, picking some things to read that are actionable can be a really good strategy. What do you have that's unread in your library? What can you borrow from somebody that would aspire you to action? That would push you forward to doing. Think about that. Next, I think it could be really a good exercise to just sit and think about important things. And so sometimes before we start this thinking exercise, what we might benefit from is a couple of really good prompts for our thinking. For instance, what needs to be true by the time this coronavirus ends that's not true now? What am I going to make happen during the season? How am I going to behave? What am I going to improve? What am I going to do? What plays am I going to run? Think about that. Goes right along with it. Next one is journaling. That's number 6 if you're numbering them. Okay, journaling. Take these powerful prompts and write down your answers. What a cool thing to give yourself, because later on you can go back and look at this and remember, oh, I remember the coronavirus 2020, that was nutty. So I think that writing it down, there's all kinds of studies. You've probably heard of these studies that if you write things down, good things happen. There's a Harvard study. Google it. You got time. Okay, so Google it. Harvard study, what happens when you write things down. They have a much better chance of becoming a reality. So what a great time. I have a journal that I carry with me at all times. People that know me know I always have my impact journal with me. I go through one a year. I give them out to a lot of people. There's nothing quite like taking really important prompts, writing them at the top of the page, coming back to them again and again. This can be really good. Things you want to remember, things you want to think about, things that you want to process multiple times over a period of weeks. You keep coming back, and eventually you get something that has a couple different color inks. Cool. That goes. All right. Number 7, this coronavirus. This is an opportunity to add something to our story. This is an opportunity to make a better narrative. This is kind of a cool thing. This is a chance for us to rise up. Rise up. I love that idea. I'm not sure. I know there's probably people watching this that have a lot of different faith backgrounds. There's a verse in the Bible that I really like, James 1:2-4, that says, "Consider it pure joy, my dear brothers, whenever you face trials of many kind. For the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature, complete, lacking nothing." That's kind of cool. That basically suggests that this hardship, this very uphill occurrence in our lives, could actually mold us, shape us, impact our children in a positive way, impact our business and our families in a positive way. Now, we're going to have to get creative and think and do all the things we just talked about. But hey, I still think we have control over the narrative. And if nothing else, we have a really good war story to tell kids someday, to tell people, to increase our impact as a leader. Talking about the coronavirus of 2020. Yeah. I think that'll be something our generation can put into the narrative. Number 8, I think that this is a great chance to connect with people. There's so many different ways to do it that we didn't have a couple decades ago even. It might be a chance to go and find some old friends and actually call them up on the telephone. We don't even have long distance charges anymore. That used to be a thing. Like when I was a kid and I wanted to call somebody long distance, you don't want to do that. It was a lot more money per minute than it is now. Call some people. Reconnect. They've heard of the coronavirus too. Be a good time. That you guys can connect with each other. This would be good. Next, make a plan for today. Make a plan for today. Write that in your journal. Okay. Come up with a checklist for today. One of the things I kind of do, and it's because I can totally get off track, is that I have a checklist. Okay, every day, and if I don't check the box, it moves to the next day. This is kind of how I do it. But have a plan for today. Check those boxes, and not only have a plan for today, but have a plan for when the smoke clears. Some of those might reflect in your daily plan, but have a plan for when the smoke clears, so that you can hit the ground running. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to plan for so that when we emerge from this, we have momentum, even though we spun our wheels for a couple weeks? You're going to have that happen by design. Come up with a plan to do that. Number 10. 10 would be, let's have an attitude of gratitude. I don't know about you, but I'm really thankful for my family. I'm thankful that you get this kind of situation and you just say, oh man, I've seen some stuff on television and documentaries. I've seen groups of people go through hardships throughout history or even now. And now this one is a little bit closer to home. Just having a house and having a roof over your head and having family. I just touched my face. Sorry. Anyway, but having an attitude of gratitude, I think, is really important. Next, 11. And I like lists that go to 11. If you've never seen Spinal Tap, you don't know what I was just referring to. But if you have, you'll know that lists that go to 11 are the best. Number 11, wash your hands, both sides, hot water, soap, sing the songs, and do it even when nobody is watching. Studies have showed that we're more likely to wash our hands when people are watching. So wash your hands because it really works. I'm going to go wash my hands right now because I touched my face at least twice during the filming of this video in one take. And now I'm going to go be intentional and start working on my 11 things along with you. All the best during the coronavirus thing for your family and your business. And I hope to talk to you in person soon.